Yes on 3 is a grassroots campaign seeking to prevent cruelty to farm animals. So by voting yes, we can finally establish common sense protections for farm animals, as well as protections for Massachusetts families from contaminated food. Question 3 requires that farm animals have enough space to stand up, lie down, turn around, and extend their limbs, and ensures that products sold in the Commonwealth meet that same modest animal welfare and food safety standard. For example, hens today, they're often crammed, multiple birds into a cage. They're essentially living shoulder to shoulder, beak to beak, in cramped cages so small that they can't spread their wings. Typically, these cages are stacked one on top of another, many rows deep. And they talk about cost, but when you look at the studies, you can see that study after study and analysis after analysis by the egg industry itself shows that the change in cost of production is only 1 to 2 pennies an egg. This measure has serious food safety implications. There are higher rates of salmonella in these cruel cage facilities than there are in their cage-free counterparts. Salmonella is the leading cause of food poisoning-related death in America today. This measure is about protecting Massachusetts families who deserve better than a 2-tiered food safety system where low-income people are more likely to be threatened by unsafe, substandard, and inhumane food.
My name is Diane Sullivan, and I am the campaign manager for Citizens Against Food Tax Injustice. And this was a committee that was stood up to oppose question 3 on the ballot because we share some concerns about what the impact would be, the economic impact for people, and also the animal welfare trade-offs. So I'm joined by the Massachusetts Farm Bureau Federation. They have over 6,000 members here in Massachusetts, and they oppose question 3. Question 3 is a social injustice that will victimize low and middle income residents here in Massachusetts. And already we live in one of the most expensive states in the country, where almost 800,000 of our residents rely on federal public supports to feed their family. Well, right now we can go into our local grocery store and see the price difference between a dozen conventional eggs and a dozen of cage-free eggs. They're already 2, 3, sometimes 4 times more expensive than conventional eggs. My opponents, they have quite a lot of money running this campaign. In fact, I just learned they're shutting down one of their wildlife refuges here on the Cape. But yet they're fueling money into this campaign, and interestingly, they could have taken a small portion. If the Massachusetts farm that would be impacted here is of most concern to them, they could have spent just a portion of their fundraising efforts and helped to retrofit their cages in that farm. They're here trying to further their national agenda, and it's not good for the people of Massachusetts, and it's not necessarily good for the animals that they claim that they seek to protect.